I'm sorry. All right. What's up, Mr. Dan? How y'all doing today?
I'm good. How you doing?
Can y'all tell the folks a little bit about y'all business, man? I do a lot of supporting, man, and I love the way that y'all come together, you and your wife. You know what I'm saying? It makes me more, you know what I'm saying? What is that? Makes me feel more promising than that I can find my queen that's going to be right next to me. So tell me how it is to work with your wife.
It is fun. It is stressful, and then fun again. I don't know. I love working with her, man. She's a hard worker, and
Yes, sir.
she puts me to shame half the time. How do you feel?
I don't know. I mean, I gotta say, I've worked by myself. Well, not by myself, but like 4 people for forever. But I don't think anything compares to working with my husband. Don't get me wrong. We definitely argue. I mean, it's hard not to on occasion, but we bicker. But we always end up like fine by the end of the day. I mean, it's doing work in and of itself, owning your own businesses and doing all this stuff is stressful.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
it's kind of nice when you can do it with the person you're with all the time.
That truck is our office, so we're in it all day. every
All
day.
day, all day.
And that is the thing, you know what I'm saying? People don't understand what it's about to like have that team camaraderie when it's just y'all two. Like I remember when I had like 4 or 5 people. Now I'm only dropping to 1. Now I'm working with somebody. So it's just like that humbling experience. Like, okay, we're both managers. We've both been in tight spots. What can we do to actually, bring this company together? Where did Dan the Junk Man come from?
So
That's a long story, I guess.
I've been doing this business for a variation of this business for about 13 years now. I started when
Right about when we met.
Yeah, I saw the show Storage Wars, and I got into that. I had some money saved up, and I started getting into buying storage units at auction.
Okay.
And then I opened a little store in Massachusetts. I've always been, even since I was a kid, into like buying and selling stuff. So like ever since I was a little kid, I had a passion to buy something, try to make money off of it. I've always been like a flipper, if you will. Like I've always tried to make $1 into 2, And so Dan the Junk Man, like in short, really was, kind of out of desperation for success. I kind of think I was doing my business as the Junk Trunk Estate Sales and Services for like the past 10, however long. That was my company, and I did a lot of stuff.
Okay.
And one day I was sitting there and I was like trying to figure out how to market this company, how to market this business, and I wasn't getting anywhere. And it was like a tongue twister to say the name of the company. And I thought about how can I get something that is short, to the point, and rememberable. And it was right there in my own name. And I was sitting at my table one day and I just said it to her. I was like, Dan the Junk
It
Man.
was a joke.
Yeah.
It was a joke. It was literally like a joke.
And now, the joke is the business. Everybody around Fayetteville knows it. We see it all over signs, even kids hold signs up and like, Dan the Junk Man when he passes and stuff like that. So, I mean, it's kind of like a rock star experience, to be known around town. Do you do just commercial, or do you do residential, or do you do both? You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir.
Yep.
So give me a story on like a sticky situation. Like y'all come up in there, be like, oh, it's not that much. Y'all open the door and it's like, you like, what in the hell?
Red Monkey. No lights in the basement or the attic.
Oh.
No power. Moldy and dusty.
Uh-huh. Did y'all breathe in that? Like,
I didn't wear a mask that day, no.
Oh.
Yeah, not the best
Yeah, I
idea.
probably should have.
so I know it was like a lot of emergency, a lot of, taking a lot of vitamins and stuff like that, because I know working in dusty areas and with mold and stuff like that, trust me, I was out there in St. Paul's one time, and I cleared out a house. It was in the middle of nowhere, and we just pulled up with a race car trailer on the back of a 1999 Chevy Silverado, and we filled it up halfway. And I'm talking about like they had rats. They stole all the appliance in it. So I know what you mean by that. No lights, no nothing like that. Y'all had a rat house?
There was like holes under the mattresses, and
Oh yeah, the rats were
yeah,
definitely
they were like living in the
with the people.
mattresses, and oh my god, it was, yeah. It's you guys know, you do drunk removal. You see,
Yeah. That.
You really see the bowels of Fayetteville.
Oh no, yeah. It's man. When he was like, "Yeah, Rob, you trying to ride with me to go to, Charlotte?" This is always gonna be stuck in my mind. Is when the trash hauling thing is just like, people don't understand how we make our money. They like, how do y'all make your money? Y'all just going to clean out a place that should be free. Do y'all get that most of the time where it's just like stuff should be free? I don't get
Daily
that.
phone calls. Do you guys work for free? Do you collect junk? Is our favorite. Do we collect it? We're collectors of junk now.
So, and that's what I'm saying. But when we put a price on things and it's a fair price, we're out here, rain, sleet, or snow, and it's nothing that we could do about it. Tell me the way to not go off the deep end when somebody fusses you down about your price. What is your common mechanism? Do you know what I'm saying? Do you take a deep breath, or
Kill
do
them
you
with kindness.
kill them with kindness?
Yeah, I actually have this other thing I like to say to people. I've only said it a couple times, and I try to say it as nice as possible. But when, well, there's a couple different ways. Somebody, when people call, they're like, do you charge? That's my favorite question, because immediately I already know they don't want to pay, so whatever. But I just kind of like go around the question, and I let them know, there's gas, time, labor involved, things like that, and I try to explain to them what metal's worth. It's a lot of times with metal. Mm-hmm. Most of the time it's with metal. It's not a lot of people understand that junk is, you got to pay to get rid of it, but. Sometimes I tell people, if you can tell me a place I can call to order a pizza and they'll deliver it for free, then I'll come pick up your stuff for free.
That right there.
It's just it's funny to me, but I mean,
it's my favorite. It's my favorite. It's still one of my favorite things he's ever said.
If we picked up things for free and stuff like that, we wouldn't be a business. We would just be a homegirl or a homeboy that they would call and be like, hey man, I need to use your trailer and your truck just to come and pick up some stuff. And the most craziest thing to me is that when people call my phone and they be like, man, how much would you come and pick up a mattress? You know what I'm saying? 2 mattresses and 2 dressers. And I'd be like, $180. But they're not telling you where it's coming from in the house. Do y'all get them calls too? Like, oh, can y'all pick up that? And then y'all get to the house and it's like 2-story house and everything's got to come from the top of the house.
That is a common question we ask. We have like our asking questions like
yes.
Couches, is it a reclining couch, or a sleeper sofa? I always say reclining. Sleeper sofa, where is it located? Stuff like that. But
yeah, we usually ask where stuff is located and if it's in a garage or outside. Yeah, what the driving situation is and things like that. So
do y'all ask the people first to drive up on their grass, or y'all just pull up and like, bam, bam, hey, we outside?
No, I always park. I park on the street. Every time I get to a house, I park on the street. I get out. I don't even park till I get out. See what is there.
Yes,
a lot of times things change. People add stuff, take stuff away. I want to get a plan of where we're going to bring things out, things like that. So I usually just park on the street, ask them where to park. Keep an eye out for water meters, things like that.
Yes, sir.
Septic tanks. I always ask if there's a septic tank anywhere on the front side or back of the house. Because I've seen a skid steer go through one. Thankfully, it's never happened to us, but it's just a common. I've seen it happen, so it's a question I ask for any plumbing lines, things like that could be in the way. But
and I used to get call. Do y'all get calls like, hey, do y'all pick up, dead pets or anything like that?
No, I've never gotten that call. No.
That's kind of because me when I had my truck and trailer. I used to get calls where it was like, hey, Rob, do you come and pick up, dead dogs and stuff like that? Because I got 2 in my backyard that I need to pick up. And I was like, well, that could be lucrative, but I don't want to, touch anything because I don't have a dump trailer. I got to get out and unload everything by hand. So it's just like, oh, nah, I don't. I would give them an outrageous price. It'd be like $180 just to pick up 1 dog. And they'd be like, oh, never mind, click. So tell me, what do you do in your slow times? Like, because I know right now we have the rain coming in, out of nowhere. Winter is cold. Nobody want to do anything in their homes. Do y'all have what do they say, guaranteed customers that will call y'all? What do y'all do in y'all slow time?
Sometimes I'll come up here and I'll sort through stuff and list stuff on Facebook. Yesterday we did some just like office type stuff, like went to get some stuff to decorate our trailer, just like we can call people, make phone calls, schedule appointments. Listing stuff on Facebook is one thing to try to supplement income during a slow time, but on rainy days we try to take the opportunity to either get work clothes, or this is stuff we don't have time for during the week because typically it's just us 2 doing this, and we have a lot of trouble finding time to do life too. So
we try to make the best use of the time, because sometimes we're slow and we're like, oh my gosh, we're slow, like this is awful. But then Dan is really consistent with the marketing, getting the signs out. We're ad on the radio now, and obviously we're part of the real estate stuff and whatnot.
Yes,
so you know, the consistency with the marketing and knowing that the slow times are going to happen, just like they do in a restaurant business, you know what I mean? So it's like, I mean, he's been doing it so long. I think it's just force of habit to save stuff, like eBay items for the slow season, and then just like stuff that we've learned over doing this for so long. I say we, mostly him, but
She's like, look, I've been here too, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget when you look on the other side and stuff like that. And I give a lot of people credit for, you know what I'm saying, making the person that I am today. You know what I'm saying? And I'm still doing it without a truck and trailer. But shout out to trashout.biz. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Dan, the junk man, because, you know, like I say, I look at these two guys, you know what I'm saying, as moguls of the trash out business. You know what I'm saying? They do it right by the book. And it's nothing but showing love, and they do that shit every day. So, I mean, why can't other companies do that? And like I said, I ran across companies that, you know, hey, man, you know what I'm saying, how y'all doing? I just wanted to make sure that, you know what I'm saying, I can give a helping hand, you know what I'm saying, if y'all got projects that y'all need help on, oh, you know, well, we got our crews now, you know, or we got people that we call and stuff like that and, you know, put out, you know, work and stuff like that. So do y'all have that, you know, helping bone if you see like a older person and they doing what y'all do y'all give them a card and stuff like that?
Yeah, I mean, like at the dump, you mean?
Yeah, like if you see them at the dump and
we
they're...
help people at the dump all the
Yeah,
time.
yeah. It's like, matter of fact, last week there was a couple, old woman and lady with a U-Haul truck, about a 10-footer, I think, or something.
Yes, sir.
And I said, is everything coming out? And I said, yeah. They said, yes. And I said, well, go sit in the truck. I'll let you know when we're done.
Yeah,
And
we finished
we
emptying
just chucked
it
it out and then gave them a magnet, and they headed on their way. Funny thing is, the guy said, he's like, I saw your sign yesterday. I should have called you, and I didn't. I wanted to save some money, and then here we were. So
Yeah.
it was really ironic. It was pretty funny. It was awesome.
really funny, yeah.
We meet some really cool people up there. I don't know. I helped the 1-800 got junk one day. That guy who was at the dump all by himself on a rainy
Yep.
day. They wouldn't let him up the hill, and he had like 500-pound office desk, and he was supposed to get this thing into the container by himself. So I helped him out. And if I could give a shout out to another junk removal company, I forget the guy's name. Otis. What is his company's name? Do you remember? Do you know Otis's company's name? Do you know Otis? Do you know him?
I don't know, I'm awful with his company.
This is a guy, I met him at the dump like, I don't know, a year and a half ago or something, and he kind of just picked my brain a little bit, like I did to you. And I want to shout out to you, especially Dante, for helping me out with this whole thing. I meant there's like a whole thing I got for that, but that's going to be in a few minutes. But like this dude, he just like got my number at the dump one day, and he calls me regularly. I mean, not so much anymore, but he used to. And he called me and asked me questions about how we did our marketing and how to get customers and how to get leads and this and that. And I gave the guy everything I had to offer. And he went out, and now he's got a big trailer, and he's got his van, he's got his branding on it, and he's crushing it, and he's doing awesome. And
You still see him at the dump on
I don't want to take any credit for that, but if I did help at all, that's awesome, and I like to see that, because that guy went out and he didn't stop. He just did he did the work. He like got the advice and did it. A lot of people ask for the advice, but they won't put the work in, right? So that's the thing. It's like, you know, so he whatever. And I like the guy that he calls me, and I like that I can help him. And I'd love for anybody to just call me and ask questions. Like, so I'll just say it now. Like, Dante, man, you were like such a huge help when I first got started out in Fayetteville. Just to like call you and ask you questions, and you would be willing to just answer my questions, was like really surprising to me, because of the way that things are in, you know, this whole world where people are just very cutthroat and nobody wants to give anybody their secrets and stuff. So I do really thank you for that, man. You were like a huge help to us with this whole, you know, getting this started. I know, like I said, I've been doing it like a variation of it, but I did feel like I kind of stepped on some toes when I did this, and it's weird. I do just like, I love everybody the same, and just I love that people can stay cool, and you know, so I just like, when I got started, I was a little nervous and whatever, but the fact that everybody stays connected, man, that's like what I like to see, and just help anybody out if they needed it, whenever, anytime, you know. And so I don't know, that's cool. I like you know, seeing what people do in the community, and when people need help, we definitely help them. If my heart calls on it, we help.
Yes,
We're right there.
So as they say it, jumping in the hot water, you know what I'm saying, and swimming, and not giving a dang about what everybody else is doing, because they're not doing it for you. So if you're worried about, you know what I'm saying, what everybody's gonna say about you working for yourself, you know, you're losing the battle already. So I mean, stepping out on faith and doing everything that you need to do for yourself is what needs to be done, you know what I'm saying, nowadays. Things are gonna start getting a little bit harder, you know what I'm saying, before they get better. So just looking at it as running your own business, making time for yourself, and don't have to really answer to nobody is really a rock star move at the end of the day. It's nothing that anybody's going to take away from you. You know what I'm saying? You're your own boss. And like I say, time is everything. So I mean, and money is time. So please, when you call us, don't be like, well, I need a deal, because we're not a record label. You know what I'm saying? We're not, managers and a assembly line that we just, break products. You know what I'm saying? We're out here actually giving, a service that these bigger companies can't give you. You call any other company out of the yellow pages or off of, these internet sites and stuff like that, you're going to get your behind handed to you. But when you get a company like us that, that's out here, Hustle Man Services, Dan the Junk Man, Trash Out That Biz, that's out here really giving quality work and making it look good at the same time, what else are you going to do? So just show respect when when you see us. But my thing is, and I'm glad that you're still here, because of the accident that you had with the truck and everything like that. Tell me about, the accident. When did you come outside, in your house coat and was like, what happened? My truck is gone. You know what I'm saying?
No, just my neighbor was driving a little reckless, I guess, and he hit it out in front of our house, hit the trailer and bent the frame of the truck, and so they totaled everything out, and then we had to get a new truck. So we rented a truck in the meantime to keep our customers on schedule, and kind of just kept going.
Yeah, we just think about how lucky we were because we unload in that area all the time, and man, you push a 8,000 pounds of truck and trailer 20 feet. I mean, you had to be going kind of fast, So we're just really, really lucky that we happened to not be, like on the truck and trailer that day.
So that is a blessing, and one of my friends called their truck a beefcake. You know what I'm saying? But what do y'all call y'all truck? Like, cause it's white. You know what I'm saying? It's got red lettering on the side. You know what I'm saying? What is it called? I
don't know. We just got it. I don't know if I've named this one yet. I don't think I named the Chevy yet
I don't
either.
think we named the Chevy one.
Y'all didn't have it.
We never. We didn't do. I don't think we've ever named the vehicle.
I did decide that it is a boy and not a girl truck. That's for dang sure. No. I do remember having this conversation in the truck one day. I said, I don't really know what to name it. I said, but it's definitely a man's name for sure. It's a Ram 2500. This is no 1500 Silverado. Is it? Yeah, boy, for sure. Like, there's no question about it. It's not like Bertha or something like that. It's like
Mobile.
No.
Hey.
Things like Rex or something.
So, I don't know. It's a thing when you get a truck. You know what I'm saying? You in the truck, you like, oh yeah, this is real spacious. And then you sitting there for a long time. Mine was Big Red because
I just named it.
Yeah,
I just named it.
What's that?
Moose.
Moose.
Gotcha.
I like it.
That'll work.
Moose
are pretty big.
you gotta understand. You know what I'm saying? When you got a truck, you gotta name it. You know what I'm saying? If you got a small car, you gotta name it. You know what I'm saying? It's an attachment of you. So when you stepping up and stuff like that, be like, you always get the question like, hey, what's the name of your truck? And then you sit there and you like, I don't know. But see, it only took us, maybe 15 seconds, and he came up with one because there's moose attached.
Christmas moose.
Mm-hmm.
Christmas moose attached to the front of it. I don't know if it's going to move after Christmas, but I think that thing is stuck there for a long time. And then, the license plate is going to, obviously it's going to say probably moose, but it's just having fun, man, being out here, and making it work. Cause a lot of people are scared to do it. And y'all are two fearless people that are just looking at it as like, look, I know I did the 9-to-5 thing, and I know y'all did it too. And it was just like, how does it feel to be like free of not going to clock in? Y'all can just wipe your eyes, wash your face, and be like, babe, what you feel like doing today? Taking a trip, or do you feel like working? Do y'all have them days where it's like, okay, I don't have to work today. I'm cool. I can sit back at the house, chill out.
Not a lot of days. I try to work as many days as I can. I think we take a mental health day once or twice a month.
Sometimes we have to force ourselves. We do realize we tend to, I think all self-employed people tend to always do business first. Mm-hmm. So a lot of our personal things tend to take a back burner.
Yeah. So I try to take a day off here and there.
Force ourselves to take a day off, and we still feel guilty about it, which is
No doubt about that. Because like I said, I feel guilty. It'd be like Sundays or something like that. But like I said, I found another outlet for me to still work, but to be relaxed at the same time, which is doing my podcast. Do y'all have any hobbies outside of, you know what I'm saying, the truck and stuff like that, that y'all not trying to like be
We
at
have
it?
kids.
Okay.
So we do, our weekends are pretty full of kids. You know,
Yes,
we
ma'am.
rock climb a little bit on the side.
I
And,
want to go. Like,
just kid stuff, really. We take the kids. That's what, you know, I like the house gets a little messy outside because we like to make sure that our weekends are designated to the children because we work all week, sometimes even on the weekends. And the kids come with us, and I would say minor complaints. I'll do that. They're very accustomed to working with us.
y'all about that? Do y'all put them to work? Because I know when my daughter, she be like, Dad, y'all got any work and stuff like that? So do y'all put them to work?
Yeah, we do. When we have our yard sales here, actually,
They
we set
their
them up
little
with a table and
tables,
stuff.
and they help sell stuff. And sometimes we'll make lemonade, or I'll make cookies and they'll sell it.
What
hey,
day?
you.
What?
What days are y'all yard sales?
We try to do them on Saturdays, maybe once or twice a month if we can. Whenever we feel this thing, we will do a yard sale, essentially. And that's actually kind of one of my hobbies is doing yard sales, I think. That's how I got started in the business, too, was with the storage thing. I would get all the stuff and I would sell it at a yard sale. And then that became a hobby of mine. So that's kind of a hobby of mine is to do yard sales, I guess. And,
So my thing is, how do you get into buying like, what is that, the units and stuff like that when people don't pay their bills and stuff like that? What is the process of like signing the papers and going to the auctions and stuff like that?
well, that I don't
That's
know
different
anymore.
now.
It's been a long time. Probably just go. Everything's online now. I don't even think they do very many in person. Used to be in person. You could stand there and do it, but I think everything's done online now. You have to bid online.
I know it's been a decade probably
probably.
since we bought a storage unit.
Yeah, something like that.
How much were the storages back then versus
Oh,
now?
Man, they
versus when it started.
started.
Before the show, they were like nothing. Apparently, that's what people were telling me because I didn't know anything about it before then. But the show made like everything, even like junk removal. There's a bubble with it. It's on YouTube. Everybody's watching it, and that's how everybody's thinking with the truck and trailer. They can make $1 million. And not to say I didn't have the same idea, but I was already kind of in that business, so I started doing that. But yeah, with the TV show, it kind of escalated everything and made it not really worth doing anymore. That's how we transitioned into doing different things. So.
Okay, well that's one thing. I used to watch Storage Wars and stuff like that, and like I said, when I was full force of doing it and stuff like that, and I had my truck and trailer, I used to go to I used to take like 5 storage units, write them down, and I would go out and I would go visit them and ask them like, hey, do y'all have storage units that need to be cleaned out or nobody paid their bill? How do I go ahead and take over the bill? Well, we have an auction that's on, you know what I'm saying, online, or you can leave your name and number and we can put you on the list and come out. I guess I was never cool enough to get that call back because they would never call me and I would see it online. Well, you know, the auction would pass. And I'm like, I called the lady like, hey, y'all had an auction and stuff like that. I thought I was supposed to be getting a call back. And she was like, no, I totally forgot and everything like that. Well, I was like, well, I'm not that important. So do y'all just stick to junking and hauling, or do y'all have other, entities that are attached to y'all company?
Well, I'm not attached, but I'm also a realtor, and she's a home inspector, so we have that. And I do estate sales as well.
State sales, how does that go? Because I know y'all come across some like neat things like China, different couches, big couches, small couches, stuff that comes from IKEA. What have y'all came across that y'all were like, we're gonna have to wrap this up and put this slightly somehow inside the truck? Like, what is that? Like, I know they sell like China where you got to clean out a whole house.
Mm-hmm.
Like, have y'all came across some valuable stuff?
I mean, valuable, yeah, fragile, yeah, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I mean, when we're done with the estate sale, they typically just like the family will take whatever's left, or sometimes we'll clean it out too. Depends on what's all left and whatever. So.
And then it's another thing I wanted to ask too. Have y'all came up on any like say like you're cleaning out a lot or something like that, and there's an old guy and be like, hey, I got this car over here. Do y'all get cars gifted to y'all or anything?
No, I don't do cars. I have a guy who does junk cars. I kind of usually, anytime somebody calls me for a car, I send them over to him usually. So,
Yes, sir.
not something I ever got into.
Okay. Well, you know, I say on my show, man, I love what y'all do. I love everything about it because it's hard to find somebody that's gonna deal with your crap all the time.
Yeah. I got a lot of that. So.
And I look at it. How does it help y'all relationship, y'all marriage, with doing the company, together?
I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, we've been together 13 years. I
I
mean,
think we're about as strong as we're gonna get.
3. They've been together 13.
Yeah.
yeah, we've been married. We just hit our 10-year anniversary in July. So we've, I don't know, just been together a really long time. We've learned over the years, people grow and change, and you have to grow and change, and communication, especially when you
big.
own
Yeah.
in marriage in itself, but even just owning a business, communication, 100% for marriage and for businesses. And trust and honesty and openness, and communication.
Yes, ma'am. That is one of the biggest things because you lose sight when you're going through stuff where you're working real hard, and it's just like keeping an eye on the same person, but people don't have that. They lose focus. Things get in, it's easy to get in between. How strong is y'all bond? Has anybody ever tried to come in between y'all, what's up, let me, y'all having problems? I know y'all keep it in, in-house. Y'all don't really I gotta speak to my friend real quick. Y'all don't have that. Okay, so that's one thing that they don't have is a nosy behind friend. Take notes. 13 surviving. That's what they do is keep everybody out of their business.
Dan's favorite thing.
So
mind your business. You
that's one thing that is lost out of making a big dream out of out of nothing, and they're showing it. They met and making a joke out of a business, and it's something today that's a household name. But for me, man, I just love the togetherness. And I like to say on my podcast, man, I give people their flowers. Mr. Dan, when I met you, you gave me an automatic pass to come and work for your company, when I was going through my stuff. And something in me was like, yes, I can go work with this guy, but I also want to see him, succeed. And I talked to, a lot of people like, hey, if I'm attached to this person here, this person is, I can help them out any kind of way, I will. If I don't have anything with him, I'll hit you up and be like, I can give you a day or two. But just to, the steady grind that you do, the way that you out here putting out signs, every corner that we turn is a Dan the Junkman sign. The people that the way that you do it, the attitude that you have, I want to say I give you your flowers on my show, man. And I appreciate you the time that you gave me to do this podcast meeting.
I really appreciate you, man. This is super cool, dude.
Yes, sir.
This is awesome. We appreciate it very much, man. Being
Yes, sir.
part of it. It's so awesome.
Thank you very much.
So, that's all that I have for today, man. Y'all have a good one.
Later.